Wel- Welcome back, guys. We're playing a game, Akron Zips versus Norwich University. We'll be starting pro draft right now.
We will. And for those of you who are just tuning in for this match, my name is Amir. I go to Wheaton College in North Massachusetts.
And my name's Lindsay. I go to Farmingdale in Long Island, New York.
We got there.
The bands are going really quickly.
Yeah, no kidding. Thresh, Nico, Zach, Echo. I'm glad at least two of those are out of the game. I don't want to see a game with a Nico and a Zach.
Zach's not bad. I hate Thresh, so we have a personal problem, the two of us.
I feel you. He killed your father. Kaisa, Samira. Yep, there's the Samira band. If it isn't banned, it's picked. If it isn't picked,
The
it's
Graves is a power pick for Akron Zips.
First pick blind Graves. That's
into a
Ramus. The Ramus. Woo. All right, I already love this game. Akron and Norwich going in hard.
Another Jinx. Another Jinx. ADC. So interesting. Even with Ashe and Caitlyn both up. Even the Israel as well.
But to be fair, I think Jinx is definitely like she might not be the best AD carry, but she is so much fun. At least to watch.
And if you know how to play her and can kite correctly, she does output a lot of damage.
That she does. All right, let's see. Let's see what the great. Oh my god, Graves, Leona, Ramus, Jinx. This game is already.
You can't output damage if you're stunned for 10 minutes.
This is true. Leona will shut you down for 10 seconds, and that's all that's needed.
And there goes the Ashe.
And the Ashe. Ooh,
that's a power bottom right there.
How do you come back from this, Jinx?
This better be a strong support on her side.
Give me Tarek or Riot. Morgana! Aggro! I like it. It could also be the legendary Morgana jungle.
And then Ramus top lane or Ramus.
And Ramus top lane or Ramus support. Listen, we've seen crazier things just today.
Coming out with the mid bans now.
All right, the Aurelian Soul ban. I really want one of these games to feature an Aurelian Soul that isn't banned. I just want, like, I get to see that champion in action so little.
But he's so bad, that's why.
I know. That's why I want to see it.
Looks like the two mid laners and top laners still need to be picked for both teams. Mid laners are getting priority bans.
Cassiopeia. Okay, the Urgot ban. I respect it.
Interesting, 2 Urgot bans in both these games. Didn't know Urgot was such a played champion.
I don't think he is. I just think, like, especially after the toggle change a while ago, I just don't like seeing him. Another Orianna. Orianna Ramus sounds disgusting.
If he doesn't fly away from her too quickly.
Orianna Ramus Morgana. I feel so sorry for the party that has to deal with that. Into the Syndrome mid pick. What's crazy is Orianna Ramus Morgana is still only equal to 1 Leona. So I don't know. I feel like Norwich is still at a disadvantage here.
Some good ults on Silas.
Silas. Wow. Orianna ultimate's great. Jinx ultimate's great. Morgana ultimate is pretty good. Like,
Ramus ultimate is interesting.
Ramus ultimate
that on the Silas.
That'd be a very, very interesting steal. Who knows? Maybe it's on hit Silas who's going to take turrets.
And a Malphite top.
Malphite.
What a great ultimate for Silas to steal.
Yeah, this game is literally 4 ults and a Rammus. For this Silas is gonna have a field day. That being said, looking at their team comp, who do you think has the advantage here?
I'm looking at the Wombo combo, obviously, with Orianna Malphite on Norwich's side. But you also have the Wombo combo of Ashe arrow right into a Leona ult that stuns you for years, into a possible Malphite or Orianna ult as well from the Silas. It's gonna be interesting. Whoever plays their lanes better, maybe. Or
That's
jungler
true.
pressure.
Technically, both teams, because of Silas, both teams are like have the Wombo available to them. Okay, well, this game, at least the team comp seems a lot closer than the last one, so hopefully we'll get a little bit of a longer match. Okay. I'm still floored by the Graves power play. I want to see this work. I'm rooting for Akron simply because they had the guts to blind first pick of Graves.
I think I'm not sure, but I don't think many people can 1v1 a Graves if he has phase rush or fleet footwork with an ignite smite.
That's while that's true, by first picking it, you've already told the other team what they need to be prepared for.
Yeah, if you can't deal with it, it doesn't really matter. So hopefully, Norwich can deal with it.
Between the Rammus and pretty much anyone else on their team, I have faith. Okay. This is going to be a lot more clear cut. Silas top versus the Malphite. Given their team comp, I think Malphite is most likely going to go AP here rather than full tank, especially with the Rammus. Though, do you think otherwise? Do you think they might think Orianna Morgana's enough magic damage?
I think they're gonna have enough magic damage. I think they need more tanks to tank for the Orianna and Jinx, considering the amount of damage that's on Akron's side. Possible, because I think Malphite and Rammus want to get on top of Graves, Syndra, and Ashe as much as possible. Silas, you can't really do much with the two. Jinx is gonna have to handle him. Morgana's gonna have to be on point with her spell shields, or her carries are just gonna be blown up.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
I can only hope that Jinx went cleanse here. Morgana goes spell shield on top of Mikhail's, I think it's called. For all the CC that Akron has.
Mikhail's Crucible.
Yeah. Perfect. And we'll see.
I think that's a pretty spot on analysis. Especially I know Morgana's especially in a Jinx Morgana lane, they typically you want to be a little bit more active with your binds. Though I think it would benefit Norwich for Morgana to play a lot more defensive, really timing those spell shields, using the binds as disengage rather than engage, because the Jinx and Orianna can do a lot for their team, especially if Orianna is able to get a 3, 4, or even 5-man ultimate. The Jinx is just going to be able to blow them up. But Graves, Silas, Syndra, Ashe, and even to an extent Leona can pretty much do whatever they want to those carries by themselves.
Yes, completely. I think maybe if Rammus comes bot a few times, bot lane lets Norwich lets the bot lane of Akron push towards them, Rammus can come behind, Leona can only stun one person, and that's if Morgana doesn't have her spell shield up. An easy roll and then taunt into the Ashe, and she's pretty much dead. I can only hope. That could easily get the Jinx ahead. I don't think Rammus can do much against the Sylas Malphite lane. That's gonna be basically an island, and his ball roll gets canceled by the Syndra push away, so not much he can do in that lane either.
Mm-hmm. Rammus is gonna have
Graves
a
roam everywhere. Graves says no.
Rammus is gonna have a deceptively hard time ganking any lane.
Yeah, it's and Graves can gank any lane he wants because Graves is Graves.
Yeah, Graves makes you blind and then murders you. It's really the amount of damage that he outputs is quite insane. Any up? Let's see. Akron versus. Right, we have 31 concurrent viewers.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Hope we can get back to hope we can get back up to the 40s and 50s like in our first game.
We were up there for a hot second.
Okay, now that spectator delay is gone, let's see what the teams have cooking. My guess is Hail of Blades Oriana. If I see that, I don't know what I'll do.
Wow, the Malphite is going full AP. That's crazy.
Interesting.
He's rushed. He went fleet footwork, and he didn't go ignite. That's also very interesting. I guess if you are caught, you just die as a Graves. So Flash is a good summoner spell.
Yeah, the Sylas taking TP is going to be super interesting because I think that Ashe Leona is going to be oppressive enough to where Norwich is going to be pushed in, which can allow Sylas to teleport in for some crazy ganks, especially if he steals like a Leona ultimate or an Ashe ultimate. Probably a Leona ultimate would be better than that lane because he's so close.
I'm actually really surprised that the Ashe went cleanse and the Jinx did not go cleanse.
Yeah, I definitely respect Ashe going cleanse. This bush that they're walking into is warded, so unfortunately Norwich is not going to have the gank of a lifetime like they wanted. But I definitely understand why the Ashe went cleanse. That Morgana binding is horrifying to an AD carry. That being said, Leona is also really scary, so I don't understand why Jinx didn't go cleanse. We'll see which AD carry ends up benefiting the most from this.
This death bush is looking interesting.
It's really unfortunate because you just know that they're not going to be a part of that death bush.
Oh, they're breaking off. Oh, Leona's taking such a safe way around. They do have a ward on their blue, so they know that he's taking that.
Mm-hmm. And they had a ward on this on the tri-bush leading up to red, so they knew they were coming over here. So unfortunately, everybody kind of started even, or fortunately.
So they're just gonna.
But Ashe is able to get the early CS. Jinx is also able to get her 3 CS, so everybody started off at about the same. Ashe looking pretty scared of the Ashe looking pretty scared of the Morgana, which is understandable. As soon as this Leona hits 2, we'll see if that dynamic changes at all. Oh, the Sylas misses his misses his hug.
Sidestep.
Malphite going back into fight. Syndra really oppressing that Oriana in the mid lane. Pretty different from the last game that we had, though Syndra is also a very similar champion to Oriana, in which she gets even a little fed, and it really becomes so hard to deal with her. Okay, it looks like Akron is not really... Akron's missing a few key skill shots, but that Morgana binding bot lane from Norwich wasn't amazing either.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, spell shield started second. Binding hits, getting some nice damage off. But Ash is
Okay,
just
pretty
right
even
back.
trade. Actually, Akron came a little bit ahead of that. The Leona is going to be able to heal that back up, and I think she'll be better off for it. If she goes for another dive on this Morgana, she might not have Spell Shield back up if the Morgana oversteps, and that could be a really big problem for Norwich. Slow and steady, Rammus keeping ahead, going around in his topside jungle, or his botside jungle. Graves doing the same. Seeing that his raptors were taken. Okay, Silas goes up, misses the hook again. If he landed that hook, he might have been able to get something else. Orianna flashes mid lane, grabs... I tried to say Graves and Flash at the same time. Graves manages to get the Flash out of Orianna, recalls in the bush next to her, though Orianna might overstep. Doesn't matter, he completed his recall. The Leona with the full distance hook, but doesn't get close enough to the Morgana to be able to stun her.
When this Leona goes in, Norwich always focuses her, but Ash gets so many free hits off of both of them so easily. And just
definitely the one to focus is the Ash, at least to push her back, but I understand why the Morgana would want to bind her and keep her in place.
Legally, it's just so unfortunate how much this Ash does early game. Taking a turret shot.
And it's only going to get worse. The teleport mid lane from the Syndra. Really interesting teleport, but she does manage to get both her Q and her E and her W off. So Morgana looking for the aggressive bind. If she throws it out too early, she might overstay. She might overstep her welcome. Actually, the Leona and the Ash are backing off. Syndra really keeping this Orianna at bay, 44 CS to her 26. The CS lead is pretty consistent from Akron.
Oh,
the flash into the taunt.
But Graves is there for the counter gank.
And Syndra manages to knock Readiness back with her E. Leona jumps onto the... Is that the Ash or the Morgana?
Oh!
Stuns the Morgana. Morgana flashes back. Ash takes the binding. If she flashes, she might be able to get the kill
W?
here. And the W for the double kill. Ash getting first blood and double kill bot lane. That Leona is a problem, and the Ash is about to become a worse one. The Syndra with the ultimate to take out the Orianna. 3 kills in less than 10 seconds for Akron. Now Silas with the Malphite ultimate, making his way back. Making his way down mid lane. Might be trying to get something off here. Although Orianna is just respawning, so it might be, considering where his wave is, it might be just good for him to push in and recall. Graves takes the dragon along with bot lane. Rammus putting his raptors. Interesting. Let's see, check group chat.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, things seem to have quieted down a little bit after the absolute chaos that just happened a couple of seconds ago. Akron bot lane returning to lane. Ash has a BF sword and a dagger to Jinx's BF sword. Even though she's down, even though she's died once and is down 2 kills, she still has enough gold for a BF sword because of the CS difference. Leona really pushing up. Morgana looking for that binding, misses. Jinx, not Jinx. Ashe sidesteps it. The Malphite gank behind. Leona manages to cut off the Malphite before he can continue
There's
his pursuit.
Face tank in the Ashe arrow.
Oh, and we have 4 bot lane. They might be looking for the tower dive, especially if the... Oh, they might be looking to collapse on Rammus with the Syndra. Rammus might be getting baited into this.
It's a level 5,
Syndra
right?
taunted.
Level 8 Syndra.
Graves jumps over the
Oh,
wall.
what a Malphite!
Oh, the Malphite ultimate into the Orianna sombrero.
That wasn't
Orianna.
even a sombrero, that was just a very
She just
bad
completely missed.
This Malphite is so tanky. Oh no, he can't get the Graves. Graves' fleet footwork too strong.
The gank into the counter gank into the counter gank. Oh, Orianna, Orianna and Malphite pay the price for Rammus' sins. Orianna completely whiffing her ultimate, not managing to get the... Honestly, if Orianna had landed her ultimate on top of the Malphite kill, they would have gotten... I'm confident they would have gotten 3 kills and lost nobody there.
Looks like Akron's pulling a decent amount ahead here. They got 3 kills from that last fight versus 1 for Norwich.
Up 4,000 gold. It's looking pretty tough for them, but it's still early. The Orianna taking a ton of damage from the electrocute from the Syndra. This game is looking rough for Norwich. Right now, Akron is pretty ahead. What do you think Norwich's win condition would be from the stage of the game that they're at right now?
Think get Jinx farmed up as much as possible. Rammus tanky, probably Malphite going more tankier than AP, and then just trying to wombo combo before the other team can. Jumping right on top of the. They would have to jump on top of 4 people pretty evenly. All of their power.
Might be some action here. No, the Leona manages to disengage before anything else happens, but the Ashe throws out the ultimate. So does the Leona. Manages to stun the Morgana, jumps on top of the Ashe. And Ashe with the double kill. The Rammus diving back in, backs off when he sees that the Ashe is no longer occupied.
I don't know what the Morgana was thinking there. She walks right back into auto range of the Ashe to try to maybe get a kill on the tanky Leona.
I don't know. The Morgana was she certainly made a decision there. The Leona ultimate was really good. Max range Leona R managed to get the Morgana stunned right in the center.
Also a really good Zhonya's on her part as well. Oh.
Wow.
What a flash by AP.
What a flash. And if you notice, it was a pixel perfect ultimate to get Syndra into the turret range to be able to take that extra power shot.
She swerved it.
Definitely, that was a beautiful play. Silas with the Malphite ultimate again. Don't know if we'll get to see him use it. Anything interesting going on in the other parts of the map? No, not really. Everything's calmed down a little bit. Ashe throwing out W's from afar. Akron up almost 5,000 gold.
And also Silas starting with a, he's going for the, what's it called? I think that's Vegi's, there we go. Love item names.
Yeah, he's starting off with the Dark Seal, building up into the Magi's. We'll see if he can keep these stacks long enough to actually build it up into that.
Vision looks like they were going for the dragon. Oh! Nice little sidestep there, but it's still.
And the Leona gets a kill on the Rammus. Oh! Silas with the Malphite ultimate into his full combo doesn't manage to get all the kills. Blue team with their second dragon, Cloud Drake. Which team do you think uses Cloud Dragon better? Honestly, I think both teams... Huh?
I was gonna say no. That would be interesting on how Silas uses that.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Silas would just like, I mean, he already has rapid fire ultimate switching in late game, with even more so. The Rift Herald spawn in mid lane. The Ashe arrow onto the Morgana, dives onto the Morgana, stuns her. She doesn't have Black Shield up, and they take her down for free. Ashe is slowing down the Ashe is slowing down the Jinx and mows her down. It is looking really bad for Norwich's bot lane right now, which is a shame because the Jinx is really going to be their win condition for the end of this game unless Orianna gets really bad.
First, I was thinking maybe because Malphite did get a kill there, he could switch back to a more AP centrified build, but he is down 50 CS from the Silas, so that will take a while.
I mean, here up, Silas misses his hook again. The Malphite is returning the damage, dealing a ton. If he had his ultimate up, actually, does he have his ultimate up?
He does.
He does. I think the right play for him there would have been to ultimate the Silas into the Rammus time, and they probably could have gotten the kill just off of that. It would have bought him enough time for the Rammus to be able to fully get into lane and keep him locked down. He doesn't have a dash anymore. But I guess that's what happens when you're a little bit slow on the uptake. Oh god. Looks like there's some action about to happen mid lane. But top lane looks like they're having fun too. Mid lane is looking a little spicy here. Ashe throwing out the W. Rammus gets away because he's Rammus and doesn't take damage, but the Syndra ultimate nearly takes him out. Okay.
I just go in here, yeah. Right.
Wow, beautiful wombo.
They're
but
really trying.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to pan out for anything.
I feel like anyone's dying.
Akron manages to somehow live that wombo combo with all 5 members of their team still up. The Orianna ultimate and the Malphite ultimate only managing to take down Ashe. Only managing to take Ashe down to almost nothing, and the Jinx evaporates underneath the tower. The tower following suit immediately afterwards. They might be able to get the second tower here as well. They do have a minion wave coming up, so I wouldn't be shocked if they were able to get 2 towers off this push. This would be a legendary push for Akron if they were able to do it. Not quite, but they do get extremely close. Graves invading Rammus's jungle, taking his blue buff and his Gromp. Morgana slowly backing away as Akron resets. Let's see. They have about another minute for this Cloud Drake. I'm sure Leona is already scouting, clearing the wards around, preparing for the Drake in a minute. Graves clearing his camps. There's now a 10k gold lead.
Oh! Silas gets the top hat.
Silas with the top hat ultimate, but honestly, this game is looking really rough for Norwich at this point. There's almost 11,000 gold difference, 16 kills to 2. Beautiful arrow hits the Orianna and kills her despite the ultimate. They go for the tower dive on the Malphite, who no longer has an ultimate to escape. Silas gets the kill. Jinx Morgana pushing topside. Jinx throws out the ultimate. Let's see if it hits anyone. She might be able to get the Leona, though I doubt it does enough damage to kill. I don't think it would have been killed if it hit. Akron getting their bot tower. Team moving in to collapse on the Drake. They're probably going to get it rather uncontested here. Rammus just starting to respawn. I don't know if he gets there in time with if Graves jumps over the wall. Norwich grabs top turret as Akron secures Cloud Drake.
gotta stop the bleeding somehow, and top turret is probably the safest bet for Norwich. To get some kind of money and then come. But it looks like they are collapsing on them, so this is a little scary for Norwich's bot side.
The stun on the Rammus. I don't think Rammus had to flash there, but he felt scared enough to do it. Okay, Akron making moves topside, looking to maybe secure the Herald. Definitely looking to secure the Herald. This one is going to be a lot easier, I think, for Norwich to steal. They're not easy by any means. It doesn't even look like they're going to attempt. They're just going to let Akron keep it. Another 5v5 into the Herald might really solidify the game here.
Where they wait out 4 minutes and get Wind Soul. Or Cloud Soul.
I think this game might go to Cloud Soul. It doesn't look like they're trying to close it out too fast. The Leona and Ashe just being a devastating combination. Nobody can move at all once a Leona or Ashe has set sight on them. Let's see if they can put Jinx into their clutches. I really wouldn't even be surprised if the Leona just flash E'd here. The Sylas throws out the GLP, misses the hook. Malphite turns around, the Wombo combo onto the Sylas, but he returns it! His team flashes in.
That Sylas lifesteal is just not fair.
Sylas
Look at that health! That was like
up.
2,000 health, I feel like. Holy
Wow,
cow!
Sylas lifesteal's back up to 50% HP after nearly dying twice with the Cinder's help. Oh, okay, the Morgana binds the Rift Herald, but it doesn't matter, crashes into the tower anyway, taking a huge chunk with it. Syndra might be looking just for the isolated R on the Orianna there, but she backs away. Meanwhile, Ashe and Leona taking top turret. Sylas and Syndra taking mid turret and might be able to get inhib here if Sylas doesn't get greedy for this. Sylas hit with the taunt, he might be able to lifesteal back up. The Ashe arrow for the disengage. The Syndra might be picked out here. Oh, but she
melts the Morgana.
Ashe manages to take out the Rammus. Malphite, Sylas takes out the Malphite with his own ultimate before getting shut down. Definitely looking for inhib here. I don't think there's much that Orianna or Jinx can do to stop it. This is looking like a pretty done deal game for Akron.
Syndra TPing bot, looking bot. Oh, she's just tower diving into her.
Jinx was lagging sadly out.
Leona goes in. Will the team be able to
Whips the
follow?
ultimate, flashes into the Rammus to take the bump. Leona literally taking no
What
damage.
a 10 out of 10 support he is. Love to see that. And Sylas just solos.
Dies for her friends, except she doesn't actually end up dying, and as a 5-man they go to secure the end of the game, and I think this is going to be it for Akron versus Norwich. Orianna trying to mount a defense, immediately beaten off by the Leona and the Ashe. Sylas goes for the fountain dive. Looks like they're trying to throw the game, but it doesn't matter. Grace has his eyes on the prize, and with that, Akron cinches the win. 22 minutes in exactly. Congratulations, and we'll see them in the semifinals.